Rocky Ridge. Your pans can look like this. Stick around and we'll show you how. Just finished using the cast iron to cook up these delicious peppers and mushrooms. It's a little warm still, so we're gonna go ahead and show how we clean this thing. We got the water nice and hot. You can see that that's steaming pretty good. If the pan was a little hotter, it would have sizzled a little bit. But that heat with that water will just allow everything to come loose that's a little stubborn. If you do this every time after you cook, and if you don't overheat your pans while you're cooking with them, they'll be pretty easy to clean. Just give it a little scrub. You don't have to use any detergent. If it gets real bad, you can, because you can just re-season your pan, but in this case, I don't see a need to. Really nothing stuck on there. If anything was stuck on there real bad, I would take this to it. And when you have that hot water with that pan, it'll just slide right off. So we're in pretty good shape. Now I'll just dry this out, wipe it out with a lint-free cloth. And then I like to use grapeseed oil. I'll use my hands after this cools down and just get a light coating in the pan. Another thing is this burner was hot a little bit ago. It's not crazy hot. You don't want to burn your skillet up, but that's going to help to dry this pan. The biggest enemy with this cast iron is moisture. All right, so the pan's good and cooled down. We're going to take our grapeseed oil. It doesn't take much. That will do it. And I take my fingers and just coat the whole thing. So we got a nice thin coat of oil on the pan. And now we're gonna go ahead and put it in our 400-degree oven for 1 hour. I'm gonna sit it upside down. And we'll come back and show you when it's done. Here's my smaller lodge. This is the 10-inch skillet that I used to cook. Fried up some eggs this morning, and I cleaned this the same way when I was done. The skillet was a little warm, and I got the kitchen sink going with hot water. You can't hit it. You can't hit a hot skillet with cold water. It'll crack it. But got this one cleaned up same way I did the other one. It's still got a pretty good season on it. That might have been a little too much oil, but I'll wipe out the excess. When your pans need a real good seasoning on them, I would let this oil soak on here for about 15 minutes. And then just come in and wipe out any of the excess oil. I really like the grapeseed oil. I've used Crisco. I've used olive oil. I've used flaxseed oil. And I've had the best results as far as the finish on my pan and keeping a season on there and being able to clean. I've had the best results with this grapeseed oil. All right, I'll let this soak it up for about 15 minutes and I've wiped out the excess. This pan, honestly and truly, can just sit on the stovetop and be ready for its next use. I'm pretty happy with the season it has in it. But we're gonna go ahead and set the oven to 400 and have the other skillet we're gonna do as well. Since we're doing one, we might as well do both. So we'll take our skillet, stick it in here upside down, and we're gonna set this for an hour. And once the hour's up, we'll just turn the oven off and let these cool down completely, and then I'll show you the final result. The panes did their hour in the oven on 400, and then I turned the oven off and let it cool down. And this morning came and pulled the panes out. They are ready to go. Got a great seasoning on them. Ready to do some cooking.